What's up, everyone? Thank you for tuning in to the Black Republican Theory. My name is Terry, your host. I wanted to go over the absolute political tsunami showdown that's about to happen in Pennsylvania today, actually, May 17th. And that is the primary election race that is going to happen um, between some pretty high name or big name Senate candidates. You have Dave McCormick, you have Kathy Burnett, and you have everyone's favorite, Dr. Oz. Now, here's what I actually think. I think that although Dr. Oz is the Trump endorsed candidate, the energy on the ground is going for Kathy Burnett big time. And the other candidates, the Dave McCormick, the Carla Sands, Jeff Bartos, they're really just pulling away from either the one or two of those camps, the Dr. Oz camp or the McCormick camp, and that's going to really strengthen Kathy Burnett's um, standing. As you can see, she's within everyone is pretty much within the margin of error with only a short amount of you know leeway for Dr. Oz, of which he has a margin of error, which he has to either gain or lose. And so he has to really show up and show out, and his voters have to show up and show out at the polls. And you can see for um, Fetterman, Justin Fetterman, or John Fetterman, I'm sorry, that there's no question about it that he has a 31-point lead. He is pretty much the favored candidate in that race. And so, whoever wins the Republican primary is going to go up against Fetterman. And, he's a big guy with a lot of name recognition. He doesn't fit the image of the quote unquote woke Democrat that the other party might demonize him as. Now, like I said, Kathy Barnett, she has been pretty much been benefiting a lot from what's been happening over here in the governor's race. As you see, you have Doug Mastriano, who is pretty much just sailing away against Lou Barletta and Bill McSwain. And, Mastriano and Kathy Burnett, they are, as tight as can be, and they've endorsed each other. They've said, hey, we're going to stick together in this primary. And guess what? They're both benefiting. Trump endorsed Mastriano, and Mastriano endorsed Kathy Burnett, and everyone on the ground and a lot of the Black Republicans, and might I add, have endorsed Kathy Barnett because of her values. And you know what, guys? If I'm to be completely honest, she's the only known entity in this race. Mehmet Oz, he just came to Pennsylvania back in December of 2021. And Dave McCormick, he just moved to Pennsylvania earlier this year officially. Only Kathy Barnett has been in the state, and of the top three candidates, she's been in the state the longest, and that's been for about 9 or 10 years. And so, I mean, she's a patriot. She loves this country. I think she is going to win it. So I think that's going to be, she's going to have a tough race against John Fetterman. I can tell you that they're going to be throwing everything that they can in the kitchen sink at her in order to make sure that she doesn't get that race, doesn't win. But she's going to be pretty hard to demonize, given that she fits all of the demographics that are typical of a Democratic voter. And so when we look at the House races that are happening over here in Pennsylvania, we have Pennsylvania's first district, which is an even tie. We have Pennsylvania's seventh district, which is might be a Republican pickup. And we have the 17th district, which might also be a Republican pickup, and is currently a seat being vacated by Connor Lamb. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out there that I think that all of these seats will be Republican pickups. and only those directly around Philadelphia, plus 28, plus 41, plus 77, etc. They are going to be the only, and the one around Pittsburgh will be the only ones that are consistently Democrat. Everything else is going to go straight over to the Republican side. And we can even see that in the polling data from the 2020 election. You just look at the areas around, those where the districts were. You can see that they're plus 40, plus 47, plus 52, all for Trump. Only the areas closer to Pittsburgh, plus 81 for Biden, but okay. And then plus 16 for Biden in Harrisburg, which is surrounded, and that's Dauphin County right there, which is a Republican county. Oh no 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 no! What's that right there? No, this is Dolphin right here. I don't know which one that is. Well, whatever. It's still only plus 16 plus 30, and it's still all that is still in Trump's favor. If you see, you go over here plus 40, plus 49. This is where I meant to say with the Dauphin County. But see, Thompson, he is the ranking member of the Agriculture Committee. He's not going anywhere. In an agriculture state such as Pennsylvania, and in the middle of a food crisis, he's not going lickety split anywhere. Okay. And so we look at some of these sitting incumbents. We start up here with uh, Brian Fitzpatrick. He's the one in the evenly split district. He's not going anywhere, guys. I see him winning his race by about 15%. Brendan Boyle, he's in Philly. He's going to stay where he is. Dwight Evans, he's going to stay where he is. He's the one in the plus 77 column. Madeline Dean, she's going to stay where she is. She's in the plus 13 district. Um, Mary Scanlon, I think she's plus 28. She's going to stay where she is. These will be some, Chrissy how you say, Holahan. She's going to have a little bit of a fight on her hands, more than a little bit of a fight on her hands. She barely won re-election. I mean, that's not a slam dunk that she won last time. And so just going down the list, you see that you have a bunch of individuals who are on the Republican side, who are Team Red, and guess what? They're going to easily sail to reelection and pick up seats. That's what I really think. Now, you have a person right here, Summer Lee, who is known to just be off the bend liberal. She wants to abolish the police and the carceral state, meaning getting rid of prisons. That is the most ludicrous idea. If anything, we should be giving more money to the police in Philly right now because they're really going through a lot of stuff. And I don't think that they have the support that they really need in that city in order to really clean the city up and make it feel safe. I mean, I know individuals personally who have been affected by the crime there. I mean, it's bad on the psyche, man. And so, like I said, here's the polls for the Senate race. Let's go over here. I think this is the primary race for, yes, for Senate. Um, keep going. This is for the governor's race. Like I said, Mastriano, he's like blowing Bartlett out the water. He's blowing McSwain out the water. He's blowing whoever this, whatever Mr. White or Miss White out of the water, blowing Corman out of the water, Hart out of the water, Jero and Gale just annihilating all of them. And it's all because of the Trump endorsement, but also he truly had momentum going into and prior to Trump's endorsement. And, he's tied his fortune also to Kathy Barnette, who has some true crossover appeal among like almost everybody. I mean, she is a freaking rock star. And so when we zoom in a little bit to these different races, and then I've already clicked on these right here. they're going to open up in these tabs over here. We're going to open it up and we're going to see who's ahead. Now this is Pennsylvania's 10th um, district. This is the one around Harrisburg. As you can see, Scott Perry, the incumbent, the Republican, he already has a 7 point lead. Come on, guys. I mean, he's holding on to his seat. So does Brian Fitzpatrick. He has a 13 point lead. I said 15, so I was just in the ballpark. He has a 13 point lead in the suburb of Philadelphia. I mean, come on, guys. This is going to be a sweep. Connor Lamb, I actually think Connor Lamb abandoned his seat, if I'm correct, in order to run for U.S. Senate. So I don't know how that's going to work. But what I can say is that, I mean, that, +2, yeah, right. I mean, dude will be lucky that he will be lucky to hold on to his seat, especially because he's shown he has higher ambitions to go to the Senate seat. So people are probably going to say, why should we trust you to keep you in that seat? And just I'm going to it now. Let's just see. Mm, yeah, I don't think he's actually running again. Okay. Uh, Declined. There we go. He's running for U.S. Senate. Instead, there's someone else running in the spot. But again, I mean, he's running or would be running against some popular Republicans. I might be wrong, but again, this is ranked a toss up by all of the major political organizations. So I doubt that I'm wrong. Um, and so, yeah. And then let's go over to this one right here. Cartwright, so it must be a suburb of, or no, this is over towards the there's District 8. District 8. That's District 8. Republican hotspot. Where's District 8 at? And he's an incumbent of Scranton and all that. Eh, I don't know. I don't know. He might hold on to his seat, but in a Republican red wave here, I strongly doubt that. Right now, there's a lot of sentiment that it's the Democrats are not understanding that you got to go back to Bill Clinton's old tagline. It's the economy, stupid. And when he was running against George Bush, um, and the economy was pretty much in the crapper, he said it over and over and over again. It's the economy, stupid. And eventually, the Democrats are going to, gain to that. They're going to, learn from it. Maybe they have already learned from it, but right now it seems like they're playing the blame game in terms of trying to change who and what, and shifting the blame, saying, oh well it's inflation, oh well it's this, oh well it's that. eh, they gotta show some type of um they have to show some type of ownership of what's currently happening. So if you look at the map that I just created based on everything that I just said, like I said, you have this is the seat currently held by a Democrat. I see it going to a Republican right now. That's Scranton, that's working class voters. You have suburb of Philadelphia right here. Those are more educated voters, but also working and upper middle class voters. These are all just like farmers and suburbs right here, but they are all pocketbook voters, guys. Pocketbook voters. And so right now, I'm just seeing Pennsylvania go almost completely rid of the 15, 16, 17 congressional districts that they have. I see only one, two, three, four, one, two, three, four, five, six of them remaining in Democratic hands, and that's only because the Democrats has, it has those districts so, tightly woven into their hands, or woven into their hands. But otherwise, if you could see from, the data that was coming out of 2008, I mean, 2020, a lot of that right there, a lot of that is pro Trump. It's pro red. It's pro, America First policies and pro worker and pro everything else that was putting this country ahead and actually allowing people to get ahead or feel like they, could get ahead for the first time in their lives. A lot of disenchanted voters who were just getting kicked in the guts at each and every time. And so actually I'm gonna make one more prediction. I'm gonna change this to a lean red. And so they might only actually hold on to five of the 17 congressional districts. So, all right, guys, that's my prediction for today. I'm actually going to screenshot this right now and I'm going to upload this video. Thank you.